Hey everybody, my name is Hafrisha from paulson.org, and here we have the all-new Subaru XV just launched here in Malaysia. Subaru's second generation crossover is built on the 5th generation Impreza, and while it may look fairly similar on the outside, this car really is all new. It's based on an all new platform, and it's also got a new engine and transmission to complete the package. Prices in Malaysia start from 119,000 ringgit for the base model, but what you really want is this premium version going for 126,000 ringgit with a lot of extras. Its target market? Easy, the Honda HR-V. It may not look like much, but this is Subaru's traditional 2-litre flat-4 engine. It has 80% new parts now with direct injection for better performance and efficiency. As for power outputs, it now has 156 PS and 196 Newton meters of torque. That's a small increase of just 6 PS compared to the old model. And as usual, all models get Subaru's symmetrical all-wheel drive system, splitting power to all 4 wheels. Both the engine and transmission are updated for this new model, and they are both lighter than before. The transmission especially now has an auto step function, and it now has pedal shifters with 7 virtual ratios. As for styling, this is a small evolution from the old XV. It has that familiar hatchback shape, but jacked up with a lot of plastic cladding for that SUV look. Ground clearance is the same as before at 220mm. As for equipment, the new XV comes with full LED headlamps with LED DRLs. It also has 17-inch wheels with keyless entry and rear LED tail lamps as well. This car may have the B-segment Honda HR-V as its main target, but it's built on a C-segment platform. The rear suspension is a much more sophisticated double wishbone setup compared to the simpler torsion beams on most of its B-segment rivals. The new modular Subaru Global platform is said to be 70% stiffer compared to the old platform, and changes to the suspension has reduced body roll by 50%. At the back, the tail lamps have grown a fair bit, making the whole car look a lot wider than before. But styling has never been a big problem for the Subaru XV. A bigger problem was the small boot. But for absolute practicality, you can just fold the rear seats for a very decent cargo bay. And there's a full-size spare tyre underneath the boot floor. While the exterior may look similar to the ones that came before, the interior really is all new. It's a much more modern design, a big departure from the old-school, boring Subaru designs of late. Quality is also a big improvement over the old model. The whole top dash is now using soft touch materials, and there's this nice contrast stitching across the dashboard and the seats. But there's still a mixture of materials used on the dashboard. As for equipment, it's all rather good. You get a pair of color screens here and on top of the dashboard. The head unit is an 8-inch touchscreen with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, but the screen itself is not particularly high-res. Down here you get a dual-zone climate control and an electronic parking brake to replace the old handbrake. You also get fabric upholstery as standard and not leather, but they look rather good, especially with the orange contrast stitching. The base model cuts out a lot of things. You get monochrome displays instead of color screens, and the steering wheel is PU instead of leather wrapped. You also get a single-zone climate control unit instead of dual-zone. You also lose out on automatic headlamps and wipers, and of course, the LED headlamps replaced by halogens instead. For the rear seat, it's a lot more spacious than before, especially in terms of legroom. Headroom is about the same as before, which is also very decent. Overall, it's not quite as spacious as, say, a Honda HR-V, but it's bigger than a Mazda CX-3. You still don't get rear aircon vents, and down here, the center tunnel is still quite tall. As for safety, you get 7 airbags and electronic stability control as standard, which is quite impressive all by itself. But Subaru Eyesight Active Safety Systems is still not available in Malaysia, which is quite a shame. So there you have it, the all-new Subaru XV here in Malaysia. Its price is decent, has a much bigger, much nicer interior than before. Would you buy one over Honda HR-V? Let us know in the comments below. This is me, Hafresha from paulson.org. Thank you for watching.